Three people you should
Look
check
at
out.
us.
Scott Seiss, he's a comedian. Pythalo, a local Colorado band, and Good Boy Noah.
We'll come back with 3 more next week.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. This might be a thing.
Filibuster!
Wub-up-up-up-but-up.
Filibuster.
Hey, everybody!
Hey!
It's us!
It's us.
Mike and John!
We're back after a week where we didn't do anything.
Yes. Hopefully you saw that video. Yeah, we done squandered it.
We did.
Yeah, so we planned to do John Wick last week.
Yeah.
And then we made some mistakes
Yeah.
along the way,
And
it didn't turn out very well. So this is actually our second take of it.
Yeah, fun fact, we actually recorded it in January.
Yes.
And we just found out it was like fucked up on Wednesday. And it was like, oh.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the John Wick series.
Yay!
So far, there are 3 movies out. Mm-hmm. They are working on a 4th one, and there have been talks of a 5th one.
Oh, I'm sure.
And there's also talks of doing a show called The Continental.
Right.
Based on the hotel, The Continental. What a concept.
This film franchise has so much money behind it right now. They're like, I'm not stopping until literally one just flops out the hizzy, which I guarantee one will. But
If they really run it to the ground, yeah, eventually. But so far, they're on the up and up.
yeah, that's great.
They're on the up and up. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
Really?
I mean,
yeah.
the 3rd one was such a success. Everybody was talking about how, like, oh, it's so great.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but obviously we'll review that later
Or earlier.
or earlier. But anyway, so yeah, today we are talking about John Wick,
Hey-o.
aka Keanu Reeves is a badass.
Hey-o!
This was released in 2014. Screenwriter Derek Kolstad.
Derek Kolstad.
Directors Chad Stahelski and David Licht. I don't know how to say their names. By the way, those are the directors. The budget was 20 to 30 million smackaroonies, and it grossed 88.8 million. 888, another local band in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Are they still playing?
I don't know.
I love those guys. Those are so sweet.
And 43 of that 88.8 was from the U.S.
Okay.
Everything else was worldwide.
We got a hit.
So,
We got
yeah, they not only made their money back, but they borderline tripled it.
And it was cheap. It was cheap to make.
You know?
Well, I've never seen $20 million, but it was cheap to make.
For today's well, then again, this was 2014.
But still. It's still like crazy.
But yeah,
Crazy
20
cheap.
to 30 million is, when it comes to movies, it really isn't a lot.
No.
Really isn't a lot, which is kind of wild. But anyways, yeah, so this movie, written by Derek Kolstad, he originally titled the movie Scorn. It was inspired by Taken, good old, Liam Neeson's, and also the movie Man on Fire.
I assumed
The
that was
one,
it, yeah.
the lovely Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal movie. We should definitely do that one later.
That was playing at the bar the other day, and I was like, this is
Really?
not okay for kids to watch.
We should definitely. Well, what kids are at the bar?
Well, there's a bowling alley.
Oh.
And it was on
Okay,
kind
I
of
see
earlier
what
in
you're
the
talking
day, you
about.
know?
Okay, never mind.
We have the same TVs on both
Sorry.
sides.
Every time I think of bar, I always think of like dingy. Just literally, it's like door bar, and then
I
lots of
wish.
people who are just unhappy to
Just
be
sad.
there.
You watch too many movies, John.
Sorry. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, it was inspired by Taken and Man on Fire. The movie was named John Wick because Keanu, Mr. Reeves, kept talking about the movie using his character's name. And because of all that promo material, they just decided, you know what? Let's call it John Wick
Yeah.
instead of call it Scorn.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Scorn would have got lost in those, like, movies like Red and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they would just been lost in that 2010s bullshit
Mm-hmm.
parade. Even if it would still be good, it's still like
Right.
no one really. But a name like John Wick's like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't
think
think
that's a cool name.
I don't think the movie would have necessarily flopped
No.
if it was called Scorn, if they actually went with Scorn instead, but I don't think the movie would be so memorable.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think it would have
Lead.
such a an impact.
Yeah, because
You
I
know?
mean, you think about John Wick, and you obviously think about the character,
Right.
and his, trials and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which is really important. If you see scoring, it's like, yeah, I mean that lead character was scoring. I forget his name, but Keanu played him,
Yeah.
which would be kind of like
I don't know, and it just makes sense the way that this movie goes. It's like everybody know John Wick.
everybody know John.
Everybody
Wick.
know John Wick. That's when I
forgot about
first saw it with a buddy of mine named Mason. Yeah, literally throughout the whole movie, he just kept saying that over and over and over, because it's true. It's true. Every time somebody mentions John Wick, everybody in the room is like, "Oh,
John Wick."
Except for one person. So I kind of checkmated myself on that.
It's so funny. That's the joke, right, of the movie, is that one guy, or not joke, but that's the plot. He didn't know John Wick, hence the movie, right?
Yeah.
Good
No,
old
that's
what's
true.
his face? What's his name? Ah, goddamn.
Which one?
The son. What's his name in Game of Thrones? Theon.
Yeah, Theon Greyjoy.
Theon Greyjoy.
Theon Greyjoy. That's not his character in John Wick, but we will call him Theon Greyjoy from here on out.
Amen.
Because
I'm a big fan of
he will always be Theon Greyjoy to us.
Dude, right? And he plays Theon Greyjoy in this movie. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Like, he's just doing the same character.
Well, last fun fact before we get into get into the meat and potatoes of this film, including cast and all that. But John Wick is a real person. Or, I don't know, was a real person.
Okay.
I don't know if this person is still alive. But John Wick is an actual living human being, or at least, someone who lived on this earth. It was Derek Kolstad's grandfather.
That's right.
Was actually named John Wick.
What the hell?
So, I don't know if that person is still alive. Like I said, if they are, kudos.
Was he a badass? Do we know?
I mean, not in the sense that John Wick is
Maybe
a
he was a
badass, but
badass
he
as
was, he was just a good, hardworking man
Oh, man, that's so cool.
who just
That's a real John
did
Wick.
his due diligence as a citizen.
That's so cool.
But apparently he actually gave his blessing, like he thought it was really cool.
Oh, neat.
So
he was alive.
So he was alive when this was written. I don't know if he's still alive today because, again, this movie came out in 2014.
It's a long time ago now.
Which, I mean, that means they filmed it in 2013, and it could have
Right.
been written back in like 2001.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, you're right.
Like,
Yeah, I wonder how long this took to get greenlit.
I don't think it would have taken too long,
Yeah.
especially once you get Keanu Reeves, because Keanu Reeves is one of those actors where he's not a phenomenal actor. All right, I'm gonna say that he's not a phenomenal actor because he's not extremely versatile.
Yeah.
But the stuff he is good at, boy howdy,
He's very good at it.
He's amazing at it. All right, when
This movie shows it.
yeah, you just need a guy to be like menacing with that ever so slight charisma, and don't give him too many lines.
Don't give him too many lines,
Dude,
guys.
Keanu Reeves fucking kills it. He
I mean,
kills it.
I mean, there's a few lines here that kind of fall short, and it sounds kind of weird. But then it's like, say what you will about his actual voice and the way he delivers lines, which is kind of a bummer. But he's a very good physical actor, and I don't only mean fighting or like shooting, or he gets really good at these things. He's also just good at being a intimidating, charismatic kind of figure.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see,
Oh,
especially in this
absolutely.
movie. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Cool. So yeah, getting into the cast. So we've got a pretty good cast, honestly. Some very familiar names. Some people who aren't as familiar. Obviously, we got Keanu Reeves, the one and only John Wick. We got Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
I love Ian McShane as
too.
Winston. We got Lance Reddick as Sharon. They never say his name.
I always forget.
Not once
We
do
talked
they
about this
say
last
his name, but that it's Charon. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sharon? I want to say it's Sharon. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got John Leguizamo.
I love John Leguizamo.
Like,
dude.
come on, man.
He's
I
so
remember.
good.
I remember John Leguizamo back in The Pest.
Or-
That atrocious, hilarious movie. Like,
Or in Super Mario Bros.
yeah, as Luigi Mario.
God
As
damn it.
Luigi.
What a piece of shit movie. But he's always been good.
Yeah, we got Willem Dafoe.
Willem!
You know, like who? I mean, he's Willem Dafoe, but turns out to be Willem Defriend in this movie. Bad jokes are us. Thank you very much.
What? I love that.
We got Alfie Allen, aka Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, Alfie. That's right, Alfie.
We also have Dean Winters, a.k.a. Mr. Mayhem, a.k.a. Avi.
He's so fun to see in this movie because he just pops up and he just plays mayhem.
Well, yeah, he's one of those guys. Like you see him from the Geico commercials. You know, he's Mayhem.
Or it's not Geico. It's
It wasn't Geico.
What is it? Oh,
it
no,
Geico?
it's not American Family. It's a.
Was it Progressive?
I think it might be. No, it's not. Oh, God damn it!
I don't know. It shows how well that those advertisements actually did. I don't remember what they were promoting.
It was fun to watch though.
Maybe it was Allstate.
Maybe.
Was it Allstate?
Mayhem commercial car insurance. There we go.
We're getting into this.
Allstate. It is Allstate.
It was Allstate. Okay, yeah.
Go get Allstate.
Okay. But anyways,
Sorry,
like you recognize him from the commercials, and then suddenly it's just like it's Mayhem.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny.
Neat.
I like that.
Yeah, and you got Michael Nyquist, who was Vigo, the main antagonist of this film.
Yeah. What has he been in? Do you know what he's been in? Because I recognize his face a little bit, but he's seems like a TV actor or something.
Let me click and find out. Let's see, movies and TV shows. He was in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh.
He was in Millennium.
Oh.
He was in Hunter Killer.
Well, good for him. He did a great job. He was wonderful to watch. You know, a thing about Willem Dafoe in this movie too. When I first started watching this movie, and again, this is in January, so sorry everybody. But when I first started watching it, I was like, this kind of reminds me of Boondock Saints, with that same kind of excitement and just fun, you know?
Yeah, you know there's going to be some gunplay.
Yeah, and then
You
Willem
just
Dafoe
know.
pops up, and I was like, yay!
Yay! Say the line. Say the line. Say there was a firefight.
There was a firefight!
Anyways.
Oh, God, what a great movie. We should do that one.
Yeah. They've got a huge cast. Lots of people.
Lots of people.
Lots of the people. Let's see. Any Adrienne Palicki. She was Miss Perkins.
Perkins.
She was the chick that everybody wanted to die.
She's so dumb in this movie.
To a degree.
Oh, fuck her.
She's an assassin only looking out for herself. What do you expect?
I know.
What do you expect?
But, obey the rules, man.
Right. Well, she learned. Anyways, so
She did.
yeah, good old John Wick. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, she dies.
if you haven't seen this 2014 film, I don't feel bad for you.
Seriously. Seriously, guys.
Well,
jump on it.
Yeah, like as far as spoiling, okay? If you haven't seen the film, I do feel bad. You should see it.
Yeah, pause it.
But
Pause this. Go see
but
it.
if you're going to be like, oh no, spoilers, come on, guys. It's
Yeah.
2014. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's see. Yeah, Keanu worked with the same stuntmen as The Matrix,
Yeah.
and those guys ended up directing the film.
That's so cool.
Woo!
That is so cool.
Yes, that
And-
is honestly really really cool.
What's their names again? Sorry, I may have to say their names again.
It's the guys that I can't pronounce.
Oh, okay.
Chad Stahelski
Stahelski?
and David Licht.
Okay, yeah.
Leitch. I don't know. So many people are
So
going
they
to be
did
like, "Wow!" Between this and Kung Fu Hustle,
Well,
everyone's going to be like, "Can you just not try to pronounce names anymore?"
Well,
'Cause
Kung Fu Hustle has our most views. Maybe they like listening to you.
maybe
butcher
they like
names.
listening to me botch names,
Yeah.
botch foreign names.
Yeah, dude. It's fine.
I feel bad.
So
but
they-
I'm going to keep doing it though.
They did the stunts for. They were the stunt coordinators for The Matrix. Is that what you said? Because they were choreographers. What do you call it?
Choreographers.
I always read it in my head.
Yeah. I would have to look into that a little more, but they definitely did a lot of the stunts.
That's so cool.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, getting the team back together, kind of,
And going after Keanu too, and just keeping that team. It's so cool.
Right.
I love that.
Let's see. Music is written and composed by Taylor Bates. Taylor Bates also worked on Dawn of the Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy, and former lead guitarist for Marilyn Manson.
Oh, dude. That's so cool because there's a Marilyn Manson song in this movie.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
So clearly they must be on good terms.
Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe he was still the guitarist when they did that, and he has left since then. I don't know.
That's so cool.
But yeah, they did that, and Tyler Bates and also Joel J. Richard assisted with the music.
Cool.
He was in things such as God Friended Me, Pretty Little Liars, and Andromeda Strain.
My dad wants me to watch God Friended Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted. I don't know. It seems a little interesting.
Well, I feel like it's one of those things that you could watch like one episode and then be like, ooh, no.
Maybe. I don't know.
The
You might
acting
be
seemed
pleasantly surprised.
I might be pleasantly surprised. I
You
don't know.
might be pleasantly surprised.
I don't know. Let me know how God Friended Me is, everybody.
Yeah. That's cheating.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, cool. So, yeah, this film, I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's amazing.
Dude, this is so much fun.
It's just a fun film.
You know, it's like you have enough character development, blah blah blah. And then you just like go into this like bloodbath of a movie and you care about him enough, right? It's not like you don't care about him at all. God damn it.
Yeah.
What happened?
Is it still recording?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We're still recording.
Come on, mouse. Come on, bitch.
Why is the mouse not working?
I don't know, John.
Does it need a new battery?
No, it has a little green light. Click.
Does it need to be closer?
Connected.
That's weird. Does it need to be closer?
Well, maybe.
Should I take control of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Anyway, everybody, so we're trying not to fuck up the video again because that would be annoying. There it goes. So this movie is so much fun because it is, you care about him enough. You don't have to really dig into the backstory. You have a little bit of video, right, which is great. You know, a little bit of the wife, blah, 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 blah. Then you give him the best, most simple way to care about this character is kill the puppy, which is really hard to watch. And it's really kind of a bummer. But that's the easiest way to quickly get the audience on John Wick's side.
Yeah. One of the golden rules in film is you don't kill the dog.
You don't kill the dog.
You don't kill the innocent dog.
And that
don't do it.
Oh, man, that was so fucking good though.
And then they did it.
Yeah, they did it.
And then they deserve to die.
Right. And like, again, and we'll talk about another movie that today or soon that doesn't do this, but in like giving enough, caring about the characters enough, not spending too much time, and just getting into the fun. This is not a very long movie. What is it, like an hour 45?
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it's a pretty quick movie.
And it does what it does well. Honestly, it wraps it up really well too. It's very rare to see a movie like this where it's just like, you don't have to really go into every little thing about the character's past. You just have to make the audience on their side and go with it, man. And it's fun. There was a goal, and the movie set it up, and he did it. And it was like, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. And I had fun the entire way through, dude.
Exactly. You just have, you just have a quick little intro to, hey, this was John Wick's life. Well, they do Tarantino it a little bit. It does start with the end.
Yeah.
You know, and you see John Wick just like, he don't look too great.
No, he doesn't look.
He's beat to shit. And yeah, that transitions into going through his past, realizing, oh, you know, he had a wife.
Yeah.
And she died. She passed away. Sad, very sad times. You know, people are. Yeah. Yeah. You know, he's in the mourning process, and he has delivered a dog.
And then the
final
dog dies,
gift from his wife.
You got some CGI shit in the middle, and then you have the end.
Yeah.
And it just, but then like, yeah, dude. And something I noticed watching this time, and I'll bring it up during the end here, but it was kind of cool to see the video that he was watching in the beginning. Because when I first started watching it again this time, I was kind of like, why do they start at the end? Is there a meaning for this? 'Cause I didn't really get it. I was kind of like, they didn't need that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to start at the end.
I guess.
And but then I did find something, and we'll talk about it when we talk about the end. So remind me. But yeah, it was kind of cool. I liked watching it again before we could talk about it. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is true. It necessarily didn't need to start the way it did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it hindered the film whatsoever, because then it gets you begging the question, okay, well, how do we end up here?
Oh yeah, totally.
You know.
Totally. And yeah, I do have another thing. I'll just say it. Fuck it. a video he watches, right? There's some audio and you hear her talking. It's like, are you still filming? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he gets kind of longer in the video at the end there, or in the beginning after he crashes, he falls out. He gets pretty far along in the video.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to, actual time or the past or whatever. It starts the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But what I enjoyed is halfway through the movie, he's in the Continental and he's watching the little video, and he's watching that, and it doesn't get even half that far, because it's earlier, right?
Yeah.
He still can't get that far. And then at the very end of the movie, when it meets back up to, the beginning of the movie,
Right.
you hear her say, "Now let's go home."
Yeah.
And then he goes home. And it's like, okay, you just wanted to finish the video. That makes sense now. I enjoyed that. Because the first time I watched it, I didn't really get that. But it's wonderful to see.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I was like, that's smart. And that's lovey. And it's like, now we can go home.
Yeah.
Like, oh. I think it's a beautiful dog.
Yep. Gets a cool new dog.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That's so pretty.
Yeah, so I mean, just kind of going through. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a straightforward movie. It's a very good, straightforward movie of like, don't mess with people you don't know.
Yep.
And also, when a man has nothing to lose,
Yeah.
never mess with a man who has nothing to lose, kind of thing. Like, there's a lot of different takes that you could take from this
Yeah, totally.
film.
If you want to watch it and get all artsy about it, you can feel it and you can figure out a lot of different stuff. Or if you just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
It's
This
so
is
great.
this is definitely a movie you can look into a deeper meaning of it, or you can just shut your brain off and just watch Keanu Reeves kick some ass. Straight up.
Right?
Straight up.
It's amazing.
This movie doesn't even need sequels. It's truly a standalone film.
Cut and dry.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
If there's another universe, alternate reality
To ours, yeah.
where they just did John Wick 2014 and just called it good, there would be no problems.
It'd probably be one of my favorite movies, honestly. I mean, we'll talk more about the sequels and stuff, but just like a standalone film like this would have been incredible.
Yeah, sure. You would have questions of just like, oh, well, what about this like League of Assassins? Yeah. And, obviously if you kill a crime boss that's that big in the city, I feel like there'd be some repercussions. Yada. Sure. There are questions that would still be looming about, but it's not really huge.
Yeah.
It's not like he blew up half the world and went, let's go home.
Yeah.
Like that has major complications.
Right. And he honestly, when like they used to just like put out a comic or something afterward.
Yeah.
Like I would have taken a comic, just a quick little thing, wrap it up. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely.
Great.
But no, this it's such a good movie. I mean, they just the writing is crisp.
Yes.
Like they go from position A to position B, like it all makes sense.
All the characters in it have a purpose. There's no character who does not have a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cut and dry. We were even talking about the security guard, and I love that scene so much because it just gives a little bit of backstory for John.
Which security guard?
Security guard outside of the dance.
Yes. Played by WWE superstar Kevin Nash.
There we go.
Fun fact.
Hell yeah, dude.
Big man. All right. Good old Diesel. Anyways.
He just puts the gun up to his head. He's like, how you doing? Oh, John, why don't you take the night off?
The fact that he immediately knows it's John Wick, too.
Yeah,
the
Wick.
moment he hears the voice and feels the gun, like, up close to his head.
You working tonight?
Like, Mr. Vick.
Yeah. Dude, that was so cool, and that's enough backstory.
Yeah, and not even him sparing his life, but the little chit chat of just like, you look thinner. Have you been losing? Have you been
lost about this much? Wait.
Yeah, I've lost about this. These kilos. What was it? 20 kilos?
I forget how much he lost.
Something like that. He's like, oh, good for you.
Yeah,
nice.
Totally.
Are you working? Unfortunately, yes. Why don't you take the night off? Like, thank you.
Yeah.
And walks away
because they're
man.
It's like in your job, like say you do cabinets.
Yeah.
So you probably seen the same guy who does the flooring once in a while.
Sometimes
And you'll pass by.
we do work with other people that
different crews and stuff.
I'll notice people every once in a while on job
how are
sites.
you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, long time no see. Like I didn't know you were doing this house.
Right. So it's not like coworkers. It's like it's so funny to see how like No, they just pass each other a lot because
Yeah.
this is kind of the place that all the the crime bosses and the people that need hit. Like take the night off. Like good to see you.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Just so nice. Just put this as like a profession. And again with the Continental, everybody like, oh, John Wick's back. Good to see you. And the bartender was all like, oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Even when he almost gets assassinated by Miss Perkins.
Yeah, they're talking.
And then there's another guy. What was his name? Charles?
It was like Harry or no.
Hold on. Oh,
Barry or Gus or I don't know, Rick.
Hold on. I gotta look this up. No,
No, but he was great, and he was like, it's do I think I know you. It's like, oh, hello, good to see you. Which is kind of hilarious. And even with Perkins, when she's like trying to kill him, she walks in and she says, and they're just like bantering, like, "Oh, I see you're working. All right, come on." Like,
yeah, exactly.
like
it's like you don't get out of bed for $2 million. Well, yeah, you don't even.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was so cool. I was like, that's so neat. Kind of my issue with Perkins is she got so vindictive after that, and I was like, that's kind of a bummer because you could have just been the same kind of like coworker type that you were until he beat your ass.
Yeah,
which I would have enjoyed probably more. I don't know if that's an issue with the movie or not, or just the character, because she is the type that would attack somebody in the Continental. So that's kind of like, all right, you can be a little more grumpy than what's-his-face working the bar or whatever. I guess that makes some sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's like, they're so smart with their writing. Like, it's clearly shown that John Wick, he used to be an assassin, a very well-known, very well-respected assassin.
Kind of the guy who...
But he's clearly been retired.
Right.
Clearly out of the game. Because, the moment he shows up to the Continental, Lance Reddick's character is just like, always a pleasure to see you again. Are you working? All that stuff. Everybody's constantly asking. Yeah, the bartender is like, oh my God, it's you. You're back. Like, what? Clearly been a long time.
We come into a movie seeing
multiple years.
Yeah, we see a rusty John Wick in this movie.
Yes.
Which is probably part of the fun.
Yeah, but even then, with the rust that he has, he's still insanely deadly. When he meets Winston, all right, you meet the one and only Ian McShane. You okay?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah, I was just looking at something.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to
you look like you're like really checking out something.
Oh no.
Okay, no, you're
Ian
good.
McShane,
You're
sorry.
good. But yeah, so we get to Ian McShane, Winston. He is the head honcho at the Continental. All these assassins, but I'm numero uno essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And so it makes a lot of movies struggle with just having people explain things just for the sake of explaining.
Yeah, exposition,
which is
dumps.
really stupid.
Yeah.
Unnecessary exposition dumps.
Yeah.
But when Ian McShane's character, when Winston goes into that exposition dump, it's 100% warranted.
Mm-hmm.
They make it obvious that it's 100% warranted because, one, John Wick, when he shows up to the Continental, he's talking to Lance Reddick, and he says, oh, when the place get a facelift? Yada, 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 like this long ago. And he asks, same management? Same management.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Then we're good.
Cool, And so, but it leads to the questions of how much has changed.
Right.
Exactly. How much are the rules different?
Yeah.
And
he needs to catch up.
Exactly.
Hence why he talks to Winston for a little bit.
Yeah, and Winston goes through the rules of the Continental.
Love it.
No business on Continental grounds.
And that is like the only
Them's
exposition
the
in the
rules.
entire movie, too.
Yeah,
Except for
yeah.
talking about the boogeyman.
Which
Baba Yaga.
I will say that's easily my favorite scene in the whole film.
Oh, Miles. The music,
favorite scene.
The storytelling, he is scary.
Yes,
they're scared.
It's almost like they set John Wick up to be a villain.
Yeah.
The way they talk about him, the way that Vigo gives Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah.
The way he gives him that speech and explains who John Wick is, the way the music, the framing of it too, with John Wick, opening the door into the basement,
the sledgehammering,
the sledgehammer and all this, it sets it up the way that people talk about villains.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, hey, by the way, there is this unkillable, unstoppable force that is going to come after you.
It's going to come get you. And
You
that's
are
it.
doomed.
Yeah.
You are cursed.
Yeah.
You know, I love you, son, but you have gone too far, and there's nothing I can do to save you.
Yep.
You know, like, it's so...
Treating him like...
you know?
yeah, the actual... The way the filmmakers treated him like a villain in that scene, in a lot of scenes, is really...
It's so good.
It makes it so much better because there is so many more, you know, quote, unquote, bad guys in this movie.
Right.
And our good guy is the one, you know...
Right.
Or
like, not
three
to...
good guys.
Obviously Infinity War came out way later
right.
than John Wick, but you think about the way that Hulk tells Tony Stark or Bruce Banner said,
he's
like,
coming.
Like, Thanos is coming.
Yeah, and we're
Thanos.
scared, yeah.
Do you remember what happened in New York, you know, all those years ago?
Yeah.
Like, that was Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, it sets it up to like, oh,
This is getting
you know,
scary.
it wasn't just Loki. Like, there's a bigger threat out there, you know, and
he's terrified.
He's coming.
And
you know, it's the same thing, same exact thing, even though these movies are miles apart from each other.
Oh, yeah. But setting a actual hero up like a villain it makes this movie so much better.
Yeah. This movie isn't about whether or not John Wick is going to get what he wants to get, which is revenge.
Yeah, it just went.
It's just a matter of when and
I
how
love
he's going to get that revenge.
I love it, dude.
So you're rooting for the guy. I know to a degree it does take away some of the suspense, knowing that he's going to make it.
Right.
You know, like, because again, the movie starts kind of at the end.
But he's going to do it no matter what.
So you know he's going to get to that point. Yes. So if he hasn't reached that point yet, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, he's not going to die right here.
Right.
You know? But then it begs the question, okay, again, how does he get there?
Yeah, I feel like watching this back then would have been more fun because we'd know there's no sequels. And maybe it'd be like, he's going to get whoever, he's going to do his job, and he's going to kill this guy no matter what it takes on him. So he could die as well. I think that would have been fun to watch.
Even if it takes his own life.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Like, he is going to teach this kid a lesson.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's a bit of suspense, but it was fun that, no, he's unstoppable. He's going to get you.
Yeah.
Just win.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's so good. I mean, they have this well-made system of assassins that, like, know each other. Like, it's such a good movie, guys.
Plop you in a world. They plop you in a world. They don't have to tell you, spoon feed you anything.
Yeah, they do it. They do a fantastic job world building.
Yeah.
Without, like, just bluntly having, like, a title, you know, a text crawl at the beginning or anything like that. No offense to Star Wars in that regard.
Right.
But it's like you figure out this world as you watch it.
Exactly.
You know?
It's amazing.
Yeah. There are questions. How deep does the rabbit hole go? Sure. There are those questions. But for what's happening in the moment, for what this movie is going through, you don't really need to ask those questions.
Exactly, dude.
You just enjoy it.
So much better.
Yeah. You just enjoy it. You see the rules. You live it. All right? Yeah, man, it's fantastic.
I had so much fun.
I cannot praise this movie enough.
Yeah,
you know, this movie is easily in like my top 10 favorite films of all time.
Oh yeah, totally. It makes a great,
easily
good standalone action film that's just like doing exactly what it set out to do and doing it very, very well.
Yeah,
and there's not enough praise I can go into that, especially in this day and age of movies where things are always sequel bait or whatever, or setting something up or whatever. Like, this is literally just a story, and they're doing it well.
Yeah.
And there's an arc, and it's perfect.
Exactly. They took their time to flesh out characters.
Yeah.
They took their time with it.
Well, they took it in the way that they're going to be like, you know, it's not just like, this is our character, let's talk all about him, and then send him out for one little thing. No, we're learning about the characters as the movie goes.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to stop in our tracks and just, do the stuff. We know enough about these characters, and that's perfect. They're perfectly fleshed out for this movie.
You immediately know that, like, hey, Alfie Allen, Theon Greyjoy, like, he is a piece of shit.
He's a dick.
You know that immediately because he insults John Wick in a different language because he assumes, oh, this stupid American doesn't know this language, so I'm just going to insult him. And then when he gets insulted back, he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go kill him now,
right?
I'm gonna go steal his car and kill his dog to teach him a lesson because I'm a piece of shit. Like, they do enough so quickly through the movie, through actions, that you know who these people are. When Vigo gets the call when Vigo gets the call that, hey, your son, or he doesn't get the call, he makes the call to John Leguizamo's character.
Yes.
And he's like, I heard you hit my
Oh,
son. And he's like, yes, sir, I did. Why? Well, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And immediately Vigo, who in the way they filmed that scene, you know, he's like well-dressed. He's overlooking the city.
Obviously crime boss.
Like clearly the shows
guy,
that like, hey, this guy, you don't want to mess with this man.
Right.
Until he hears that, oh, my son just did the one thing he should have never done.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
He essentially ate the apple from the forbidden tree. Forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
He literally just did that. And turns around. Oh. And just hangs up.
Oh. That was so well scripted.
Yeah,
It's like, you need one word, and it was like perfect. Oh.
It's just you know that this man is not a good person.
Right.
You know that this guy's a bad guy.
Right.
Just through the way they filmed that, and then going into the next scene, we got Mayhem, aka Avi, his like personal assistant.
Right.
Being like, hey, congrats, they took the deal. Like, you are now this much more powerful and yada, yada, yada. Like, we see this man has a lot of pull in this city.
Right, exactly.
Has a lot of pull with what he's doing.
And then it just comes crashing down.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, you got, again, like, all the characters, like I said, like I'm explaining, and like I said before, it's, you know who they are through their actions super fast. You don't need this like 1 minute blurb of just like, oh, this is yada yada yada, they are known for blank blank blah, 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 blah. That a lot of movies sometimes do.
Fucking Suicide Squad actually putting up cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you doing? Just let him be their character. We'll figure it out. We're not stupid.
This is Slipknot. He could climb anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
it would
I
have been
could
cool.
see him climb something.
It would have been
maybe.
cooler just to like show me that instead. And
so
then
stupid.
he gets his head exploded. Anyways.
Yeah.
That movie was garbage.
It was such shit, dude.
Yeah, like John Leguizamo's character. Clearly, he works for these guys, so he's not exactly, a clean hands guy.
On the up and up, no.
Yeah, but he knows better.
He's been in it.
He knows better. He knows John, and he knew the moment that car rolled in.
He's like, shit.
He immediately asks,
yeah,
where'd you get that car?
Right.
Like, he knows, like, you get that car out of my shop immediately.
Which is, yeah, dude, it just makes it so much better. I don't know. It's and having everyone just, again, dude, I can't say this enough. Having them so fleshed out without even the effort, man. It's so nice. And like, again, with John Leguizamo, you could tell he's been there for a while too, because he's just the way he walks, the way he acts, the character given to him. It's like he's gonna walk through there with his head held high against this kid who just did all these terrible things to John Wick. So it's like, yeah, you got your shit together. I know that.
Yep.
And thank you for not, spoon feeding me.
Yeah.
God, dude.
Absolutely. Like Willem Dafoe's character.
Yep. They have him
Marcus
making his smoothies. And
he's carrot smoothies.
His carrot smoothies.
Yeah.
All this stuff. And he's just living his best life.
I love that. I wanted to ask something of you. Yeah, and I've got a phone.
Yeah. You're just kind of pissed off.
None fucks given.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
I know your character now.
Yeah. You and John Wick used to go way back, but you didn't even need that moment of exposition. You didn't need that line, because Willem Dafoe, Marcus, he shows up at the funeral.
Exactly.
Just to say, like, my grievances, I'm sorry for you.
Which no one else did.
Just
so it's
checking
like,
up on you, all that. Take care, John. Like, clearly they knew each other. Clearly they have a mutual respect for one another. For him to even do that, you don't even need that exposition. But it makes sense for Vigo to still say that, because it's part of his pitch.
Right.
To like, would you kill him?
I
know you guys go way back, but
right.
would you kill him?
Right. Exactly. That is very much a pitch.
It goes with the pitch.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I seriously, I can't think of a scene where there's unnecessary filler. You know what I mean? I can't think of a scene where there's just like
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
like what they're talking about or what's happening is really unnecessary. Because even they send an assassination team to take out John Wick that night. When
Right.
Vigo finds out, he kills them all. They go through the whole dinner reservation system.
Right.
It's like it makes sense though.
Right.
Some people would be like, "Oh, who cares? They're just dead bodies. Clean them up and leave." But this goes more into explaining that this assassin
whole
organization. Yeah, there's a whole system they have. Now you're seeing it.
You got the
you're seeing it
coins.
work out. Yeah, you've got everybody, everybody know John Wick.
Right.
People are constantly asking, "You working again?"
Right.
You work. Even the police officer.
Oh yeah. What's
He
his
should.
name?
Hey Jimmy. Hey Jimmy. Hey John. Sees the dead body. You working again? I'll see you later, John.
See ya, Jimmy.
It's so good.
Oh, dude, I love it.
So good.
Again, just making the world building without having to spoon feed you. Amazing.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
And of course, it's Marcus's character was really interesting to me throughout this film. Every time I watch it, because part of me is wondering, is he legit actually trying to kill John Wick?
At one point, maybe.
Or is he actually just protecting him the whole time? It makes you wonder. I know he has the perfect shot to take him out.
Yeah, and
He has the perfect shot to take him out.
Yeah. But he warns him instead.
Because he sees that
Someone else is going to.
he sees that Perkins is coming through the door to assassinate him. So he's thinking, so, Vigo must be lying to me.
Right.
And pulling other people or breaking rules on continental ground.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Right.
So maybe it's hard to say if he was going to kill him in that moment and then quickly decided, nah, fuck Vigo, or
yeah, I don't know.
if he was doing that just to actually protect him the whole time. Because at the same time, it's like, why didn't you just shoot Miss Perkins?
Right. Exactly.
If you're really trying to protect John.
I feel like he was trying to protect him because he probably wouldn't have shot inside the Continental anyway.
Yeah.
He seems like an upright guy,
I don't know. I have so many back and forths on that of was Marcus actually trying to kill John, or was he just trying to protect him from, was that the turning point?
Well, he did ask Vigo, is it open? He's like, yeah, it's an open contract. So he knew it was open. He knew other people were coming.
Yeah.
Which might have been why he said, okay, because he'll be out there protecting. Maybe.
True.
I don't know.
True. And he does say, I think it's after John Wick finally kills Theon.
Yeah.
Marcus shows up. He's like, how many times am I going to have to save your ass?
Right.
So I think overall he did take the job just to protect John the whole time.
Yeah.
But there is that air of mystery. I don't know.
Because none of these guys are on the
I
up
don't
and
know.
up.
He had the perfect shot until he saw the door open, and then he decided, nah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I got too. It was just one of those. Well, I guess I'll just be a badass and protect my friend.
Yeah.
Money sounds good, but
yeah.
I don't know.
So good. So
Worth
good.
the conversation.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think what else. Even with the choreography is phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
they
totally.
do such a good job. There's little
gun fu.
I mean, obviously, obviously, fighting, guns, MMA, all this stuff, knife work. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But my favorite parts are the little things where, going into the nightclub, for example. All right. Theon and his boys, they're having a good time,
Right.
I'm not afraid of no boogeyman, and all this, being just belligerent dipshits.
Yes.
And then suddenly, oh no, John Wick's here and he's killing everybody. And there's that one moment, Theon lines up a shot, he has his gun drawn on John, but John has a guy pinned down, looks at Theon, shoots the guy in the fucking head while making eye contact with Theon of just
oh yeah,
you're next.
Yeah, totally.
That intimidation factor.
I love
that's so good.
I love the same scene right after that when he's he's fighting this guy and he runs out of ammo, so he just goes doosh and hits him in the face while he's going, oh, he's reloading.
Yeah. Yep.
And it takes a minute for, especially in an action movie, it normally goes so fast. But it's like, let me see here, and boom.
Yeah. Or throughout that scene too, there's a part where he like tackles a guy down, kind of gets him submitted, and is like shooting around while he has that guy down,
Right.
almost kind of using him not as a
Yeah.
human shield, but like as a way to like maneuver around,
Like pivot a little bit.
and then like takes out the other guys that are a threat, and then takes care of him. It's like there's so many smart choreography moments that make sense.
Well, I mean,
Makes
with
sense.
the directors
It's like,
being stuntmen,
it's
right?
like,
So it's like,
this dude's already subdued. He's no threat to you.
Right.
So don't waste your time shooting him.
Oh, yeah, take
Shoot
the
the
guys
guys who
out
are
first.
standing and pulling their guns. You
yeah,
know,
you can play
it's
this
like,
all those scenes in slow motion. I mean, there's obviously scenes in every one of these movies, any kind of kung fu movie or whatever.
yeah.
They'll have the one guy kind of like going up a little slower, you know, and
Yeah,
whatnot.
or, running. They have their guns drawn, but they still charge forward.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
Why would you do that?
There's always going to be moments like that in these kind of movies.
Yes, of
but
course.
this movie does a very good job at doing that well and hiding it. You can watch it in slow motion and still have a great time, I think.
Absolutely.
It's so
Absolutely.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's not a perfect film. Okay, I know I'm just fondling this film's balls.
Oh, yeah, totally.
significantly.
Well, it deserves a little fondle, right? Good on you, bud.
But with that said, this movie it's not perfect. All right, it's not a perfect 100% or anything like that. There are those moments where it's just like, hey, what's that one dude in the back? Why is he just standing there waiting to get shot?
Or it's
You
going,
know?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, you got to suspend your disbelief. Only one man can take so much damage.
Oh, yeah. Dude, have fun.
Even if he's like an ace assassin.
Yeah.
Well, he's just a man. He's
just a
still
man.
just a human.
There's
okay?
no way he can avoid all that.
Yeah, they're not. This isn't some fantasy world. All right, he's not like popping health potions while in the gunfight. Immediately healing or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, when it is, are we at scenes yet? Do you want to do your least favorite then if you're on that?
I mean, we've been talking about scenes / characters / moments.
We both know our favorite scene is the getting ready. The Baba Yaga getting ready scene.
Yes,
is our favorite.
talking about Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Although I will say they do screw up. It's not Baba Yaga.
Okay.
Baba Yaga is not the boogeyman.
Right. What is it again?
Baba Yaga is actually like an old witch, like hag.
Oh, yeah.
In the forest that like eats kids or something like that,
eats
like lone
the
travelers.
sagginess. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, so that was if you come from a Russian, descent or Russian heritage,
You might get out of the movie a little bit. From
that might take you out of just like that's not Baba Yaga. What
I kind of wish they just said boogeyman if that was the case. It's just like,
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, that being our favorite scene with our kind of our biggest issue, but what's your least favorite scene then?
My least favorite scene. Oh,
I know
man.
that's hard, but it's
there's
like,
so many to choose from.
it's all so
man.
bad.
It's such a bad film. My least favorite scene is when he kills the dog.
That's what I was going to say.
Because you just don't kill dogs.
Yeah,
But I understand why they did it. It adds to, hey, these guys are real. They're human scum.
it works well, dude.
They are human scum.
It's not fun to watch, but yeah, a movie that makes your least favorite scene the one that's not fun to watch is a good movie, though.
Yeah.
It's not just like an unnecessary scene. So good on you, John
Yeah,
Wick.
yeah. No,
That kind of sucked.
least favorite scene.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think too. I guess my other least favorite scene was when they killed Barry or Harry or whatever his name was. When Perkins killed him.
I want to say it was either Barry or Charles.
Hey, Charles, I don't know.
I don't know. I would actually possibly. That would be a very, very, very close second for least favorite scene as well. When Perkins kills him. I think it would have been nice to see maybe a little extra fight back from him instead of Perkins like taking him out so quickly.
Oh yeah, totally.
It would have been nice to see a little more of a struggle.
I know he's an old
little
guy,
more
but
of a fight.
he's been in it for a while, it seems.
Yeah. Or at the very least, maybe he doesn't die and Perkins just escapes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, maybe he could just be there, left for a sequel or whatever, or just be there.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. I know I'm like praising the shit out of this movie, and I can't remember this character. This is his name.
I know, I can't remember it either,
I
dude.
know.
God damn it.
A lot of people are going to be like, "Well, you clearly don't love the movie that much if you don't remember every single thing about this film."
Well,
honestly,
that.
I'm just having a brain fart. I don't remember, and honestly, it on his IMDb, it doesn't. Doesn't really say what he's. I don't know.
Oh,
let
well.
me try looking again.
So that was your.
Let me try looking
That
again.
was one of your least favorites as well.
Yeah, I would debatably put it as my least favorite.
Okay.
As
So we're
it
kind of
could
the
have
same.
it could have had a little more to it.
Okay.
But it wasn't a bad scene. Just throwing that out there.
No, I don't think it was a bad scene either. I think we're in the same boat, dude. Most of the scenes in this movie are good and they're necessary, you know? It's so cool. It's so rare, dude. It's so fucking rare these days. I know I keep coming back to that, but with all these movies that are just getting longer and longer and longer and just exposition and bullshit, it's like, god damn. Seeing a movie like this is just a breath of fresh air, dude.
Oh, his name's Harry.
Harry! Fucking, how'd I forget Harry? I did say Barry.
Yeah, it's Harry.
Did I say Harry?
I said Barry. I said Barry or Charles.
I said Barry.
I
And you
don't-
said Barry or Charles, and then I said some. I don't know what I said.
I don't know. It's Harry. It's Harry.
It's Harry.
All right. Hey, played by Clark Peters.
Clark Peters. Good job, Clark Peters.
Played by Clark Peters.
I automatically loved you the second you came on screen. so-
Absolutely. He was very well dressed
dude.
before he died.
Dude.
He was very well dressed.
When I die, I want to look that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not with a bullet in my face, but
Well, you know, beggars
least-
can't be choosers, right? But
I'll be sliding into heaven looking real good.
What up?
Anyways.
Oh god,
Um.
be so nice.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Continue.
About what?
What you were talking about.
I was just saying it's good, dude.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
all
so
right, all
good.
right. If you want to keep just eargasming over this, or
No, it's
whatever.
fine. It's fine. We should probably get to our next notes or whatever you got.
Next notes. Oh yeah. So little fun little tidbits about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I wrote it down, but I want to double check just to
Okay.
make sure I got this right.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Our main source is Wikipedia here at Filmbuster because we are professionals. You know? Professionals
Pros.
at Filmbuster. Do you think we should make like hey hey like our thing? Like you say hey hey in your outro.
Hey.
Should I go like hey hey as well? Should it be like our thing?
I don't know, man.
Hey hey, welcome to
I don't know.
Filmbuster.
Okay, so little fun fact: the doctor that stitches up John Wick after when he gets cut by the broken glass
He's wonderful.
is Randall Duke Kim. And fun fact about him, Michael, he was also the keymaker in The Matrix Reloaded.
Hey!
Whoa!
That's
Another
so
Matrix
neato.
man.
Isn't there there's a lot of Matrix stuff in this.
Yeah, there's a lot of
weird.
correlations.
But you could probably do like an Easter egg thing or something. There's probably a ton.
Right.
Jesus.
Okay, so other fun facts. While filming in New York City, they were not permitted to use blanks for their guns or even speed in the areas they had blocked off.
Is that why they had to do all this crazy car?
So, yeah, that's why a lot of the car chases and stuff, they do a lot of fancy camera work.
I love that.
And they put them in kind of tighter areres
Yeah, and
to
they
where
make
they
'em-
can't just floor it and go, 90
No,
miles
because
an
they're
hour.
fighting with their cars half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
Requiring a lot of cinema tricks and CG muzzle flashes in the shootouts.
I think that makes John. It kind of helps with its tone though.
Yeah.
When looking at a John Wick movie, now it's like that's the style. It's those big pa, the big like when they fire the guns, it looks really kind of stylized in a really fun way.
Yeah, definitely.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, like I said before, there's a TV show focusing on the Continental that they are working on to come out after John Wick 4.
Oh,
So no time soon. Whenever John
Okay.
Wick 4 comes out, that's when we could probably see
so it
trailers
probably-
or something for this show.
So-
And it's just supposed to be based on just the Continental. So not John Wick
Wick,
correlated, just, hey, this cool organization, this
Mm-hmm.
cool like world building that we've done. Let's delve deeper into it.
Do you know what it's gonna be on?
Let's make the rabbit hole go deeper.
Right.
I have no idea what they're looking to release it on.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if John Wick 4 ended with like some kind of like weird change of power or something. I know John Wick 3 already did kind of, but there's probably going to be
We'll
some kind
talk
of
about
setup
that
for
later.
yeah. Right, exactly.
We will talk about that later.
Later time.
Okay, John Wick's tattoo on his back.
Uh-huh.
He's got quite a few tattoos, but he does have a tattoo across the top of his back, Fortis Fortuna Aduvai. Activate. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Of course, it's classic John. He doesn't know how to pronounce
Hey, I'm
shit.
John.
Yeah. Watch me butcher everything that's not English. Even then, I butcher some words in English.
Oh, totally, man.
But that translates to fortune favors the bold,
I like that.
which in John Wick's case,
It
he's a
really
very
does.
bold man.
He's a bold man. That's
So he goes
the-
for it.
That's like the whole movie right there.
Yeah.
Fortune favors.
Another little tidbit, fun fact. This is the last one.
If it was a
yeah,
Coen
this-
Brothers movie, it would be called Fortune Favors the Bold.
You think so?
A John Wick story.
A John Wick story.
Wow.
The John Wick chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like. Okay, I see that.
Like you're kind of weirdly westerny, kind of like No Country for Old Men kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
Okay, last little tidbit I have for all y'all lovely listeners. So when John Wick, before everything happens with Theon, he takes his beautiful Mustang, and he goes to an airport,
Yeah.
basically trying to like just drive.
Something about that scene for me. Can I interject real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
So something about that scene for me was kind of telling the audience that he's not done yet. He needs a thrill. It's kind of his character. a little
Okay.
bit. You know, it's like he's going out there
I've never thought of it
just
that
for
way.
something. Because that's why he goes to that really close to that wall.
Yeah.
Obviously, it might also be because he might actually want to hurt himself because his wife just died. But also, I think he just has, he just still has that person in him.
Oh, okay.
You know?
I never thought of it that way. I always thought of it as like
Yeah.
there's a part of him that wants to just end things because he just maybe he believes that's the way he's going to see his wife again.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's
like,
what I thought the first time I watched it.
Yeah. Like I left my life of assassin,
Yeah.
behind for this woman that I love more than anything, and now she's gone. So now what do I have?
Right.
What do I have left? But of course, now that he has the dog, I think that's like the one thing that's stopping him. I don't know. That's kind of what I took from it.
That's what I was thinking the
But-
first time too, yeah.
But I've never thought of it as like maybe it's just a way for him to kind of like get his adrenaline up a little
That's
bit,
what I
just to
feel a
feel
little
that
bit, yeah.
feel
Something.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But no, the security guard that gives a nod to him and opens the gate for him is reading a book called Shibumi.
Okay.
And this book is basically the skeleton structure of the movie itself, of the movie John Wick.
Oh, really?
And even has the iconic killing 3 men with a pencil reference in the book itself.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Huh. Shibumi.
So that's a neat little tidbit for you.
Yeah.
There.
Wow. Thank you, John. Wow.
Ah, man.
I feel so much smarter now.
Yeah. I was... okay. Actually, I am curious on your thoughts
Yes.
on when John kills Theon. What'd you think of it?
No, I thought that was one of the best scenes too. I mean, like he's John Wick. He's not gonna have this big speech or shit. He's just gonna walk up and do it.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking.
Doesn't even let him finish his sentence. Just gets the job done.
That
I
is
love
following the characters that you set up and not letting them change from that. And
Yes.
I love that so much.
Absolutely.
Did you like it too?
Freaking yeah,
You're in the
I
same
loved
boat?
it.
Yeah.
There
No
were
other way.
it was like this in between of like standing up and being like, yeah, that's badass, and
Yeah.
also laughing
Yeah.
because
It's funny.
he thought he was going to be able to finish his sentence. You
Yeah.
thought I was going to let you monologue. Nah.
Yeah.
After
no time
everything,
for that.
after everything your father and you have put me through, you're done.
Yeah.
You are done.
He just went out to kill him and he killed him.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
It's so good.
Yeah. Loved it.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, another fun tidbit. Apparently, so before he dies, his buddy is playing a video game, some like first-person
Yeah.
shooter, whatever. I don't know if
One
it's
of
a real
those
game,
things, yeah.
fake game. I'm assuming fake, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Anyways,
with that budget, there you can.
yeah. Apparently, one of the players in the game is named Neo.
Oh,
Like
really?
one of the usernames is Neo.
There you go.
I've tried to see it, but I don't know. Maybe my
see it?
maybe my my TV is not
Pristine enough.
pristine enough to like have it clean for me to
Huh.
like really see Neo pop up somewhere. But yeah, apparently one of the players in this game, one of the usernames
Yeah.
is Neo. Obviously a reference to the Matrix.
That's so cool. I mean, I'm sure there's like a YouTube video or something about all the Easter eggs. And
maybe I could try finding it again, but I don't know. I read that and I even looked as the scene was going. Like I was like squinting really hard. Like I don't see it. I don't see Neo show up anywhere. But
well, let us know, guys.
Maybe
if
I'm
you
looking
see
in the
that,
wrong places.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I wasn't looking, obviously.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, he finally kills Alfie Allen, Theon Greyjoy. Then he's like, "Hey, it's done.
I can go home now.
I'm gonna go home now."
Right.
But of course, then unfortunately, Willem de Friend, he gets killed. Vigo decides, all right, well, you're the reason why John Wick is still alive, so I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing you don't do to John Wick, it's you don't kill his friends either.
Apparently, dude. He's like, nope, go and turn around. And he pulls this leap. He flips a bitch on the highway.
Yes, exactly. The moment he finds out that Marcus is dead, he's like, all right, cool.
Going back.
Yep.
I guess I'm not done yet.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And I gotta hand it to Winston. He's such a badass character. He's one of those guys, like, by the rules of the Continental, he can't get involved. So the way he gets around it is he like gives information through like little hints like on the napkin. He just gives an address. He doesn't say when he'll be there or how long he'll be there or what day he'll be there. Just he'll be there.
Yes.
You'll find him. Like he gives the address on the napkin. And then he calls him. He's like, I'm just calling you so, to not tell you that a certain someone, is at a certain helipad in a certain harbor,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he words it specifically to where it's like, I didn't tell him. I didn't assist John Wick in any way, shape, or form. I didn't give him any information. I didn't.
He's so cool, dude.
I love that wordplay.
Yeah, and just jumping around because I mean, he knows the rules so well. He knows how to get around them.
Exactly. And then even with dealing with Miss Perkins, just the way he like just nonchalantly walks up, you've
broken the rules.
Yep, you've broken the rules.
Yeah, walk up and just bop.
Yep,
showing the power again. Good way of showing, not telling.
Yep.
The power of the Continental being like,
yes.
And you saw how tough she was throughout the whole movie, and then you're like, oh, they're just bop done.
Yeah.
And then the cleanup guys come in.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, there it is. Oh.
Yeah, the old man, like
do you,
says,
sir?
Hey, cheers with the hat.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Go up to clean up.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I love that. Yeah, good world building.
What did you think about the final fight between him and Vigo?
I mean, it could have been really exciting, but he's, this geriatric dude who just fucking is like, you know what? I'm gonna play a little dirty. He can't beat John Wick, but he does his best,
Yeah, I do like. I will say yes. It's not as exciting of a fight as like throughout the
whole movie.
Yeah. But at the same time, for this to be like the climactic battle, it makes sense.
I think it's fine for that.
It makes sense. Like Vigo essentially has lost everything. John Wick destroys all the blackmail that he has on the city. He destroys basically Vigo's power.
Yeah.
At this point, all Vigo has is a shit ton of money, and he's like, I'm just going to bounce. But of course, John Wick still finds him. John Wick comes after him, and he just has that moment where he decides, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get away from John Wick.
Exactly.
Like he eats his own words to a degree. What he told his son. Like, John Wick will come for you. There is nothing you can do. So he decides, all right, fine. I'm going to have a final showdown with John Wick.
Yeah, no bullets.
No more guns.
Yeah.
But of course, he's not a good person. He's a bad man.
He's the bad guy.
So he pulls out a switchblade.
Yeah. Which is the only way he can.
Which technically isn't a gun.
Good on you, bud. That's funny.
Still very what's the right word
for?
It's like cheating the rules to a degree. It's like finding a loophole, like being that dick.
Well, he's the crime boss. He's gonna find his little loopholes. Places
yeah, exactly.
It makes sense.
Scheming always, but yeah,
be seeing you, John Wick.
Yeah,
I like that. Be seeing you.
He knows.
Again, yeah, I love that. I love that shit, dude.
Like he just knows he's outclassed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he might as well at least make a final stand.
Which shows his character too, because he's never been he's been a little slimy, but he's never been one to like. He knows the rules. He knows what's going on. You can just leave that there. It's not gonna do anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
We'll see.
If this episode sounds like
I really hope it doesn't.
like Gregorian chant.
I really hope it doesn't. But anyways, the final fight with Vigo, sure, to some degree, I could see people being like, it's anticlimactic because not as like hype as a fight.
I don't mind that.
Oh yeah, I will say, little nitpick thing. Out of nowhere, it just starts raining hard. It like
Yeah, it's funny when you look.
Where
at the
did that rain come
You look
from?
at the buildings in the back too, and there's like no rain on them. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It just literally just like this big thing over.
Well,
the
they're
actors.
having this like shootout car chase thing, and there's no rain and all that, and suddenly it's just downpouring.
It works. It makes the
Downpouring.
scene look badass, but it is like
yeah.
maybe a little trickle. Maybe give me a little something.
Yeah, at least maybe slowly start to build up as it goes on, and then when the fight starts, like the rain really starts to pour. But yeah, it's just like out of nowhere,
That's
just
pretty funny. Yeah.
water.
Jeez, that's probably the how to make it better. I'd probably say like during their like hellos, blah blah blah, hello, and they start fighting, and then that'd be kind of badass.
Maybe have them both react to the rain or something.
Yeah,
like
a little
look up
something.
or
A little something maybe to make it. I mean, the thing is, I doubt many people are going to notice it. Really,
yeah.
I didn't notice it the first time. When you brought it up the first time we went through this,
It was after multiple watches that I was like, wait, why is it raining so hard suddenly? When did this happen?
Jesus, man. Yeah.
And then of course we end up where we started. Mm-hmm. But the scene finishes out more.
Yep.
He gets himself a new pupperino,
Who's adorable.
who's absolutely adorable,
Oh,
and
God.
he goes home. And that's the end of the movie.
And that's it. That's all we
That's it.
need.
Done. Don't need any sequels.
Hooray! John Wick.
But there are sequels.
We'll talk about the sequel.
So yeah, man, it's a phenomenal film. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
John Wick does a great job. Or Keanu Reeves does such a great job.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
mean, he is John Wick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now he
There's
is.
no,
Now
there's
he
no
is,
getting
for
around
sure.
it. He is John Wick.
I love it.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the ratings.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna look it up this morning, but I was like, I'm gonna wait.
All right, so
I'm curious.
What would you rate it?
I give it a 90.
Give it a 90?
Yeah, probably 91 if I would.
Okay.
Just because it's great in every single way. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's super fun, and that's what makes it such a high rating.
Yeah.
It's just always going to be good. It's super fun.
Personally, I would give it a 9.8
Just
out of
way
10.
up there. Way up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's super, super close to being pretty much perfect. Like
Yeah.
I said, there are little nitpick things. You got some goons that are like, dude, you have a perfect shot on the guy. Just shoot him, Or
Yeah.
like, why are you running up to him with your gun?
Or the
you
CGI
have a gun.
poo.
The
The CGI poo was not necessary.
Yeah, the
guys.
CGI poo is kind of stupid.
It's like,
Just
how
have
much
it-
did that cost?
Did you have to have it like take a crap? Why not just have it pee?
Yeah, or just not show anything.
Or yeah,
How much did
exactly.
that cost? How much
You're gonna look up
did the
how much of the CG budget went to
CGI
fake poop.
poo cost? I didn't even type in John Wick. Okay, according to Reddit, the CGI puppy poop in John Wick cost $5,000. They couldn't give the laxative to the puppy because that wouldn't be cool.
Well, here's
They
an
spent
idea.
$5,000 on that.
Here's an idea. Don't have it poop. Just have it pee.
Or
just
just
have
not.
it go out. Yeah.
They even had a scene where he's like, oh. He's like,
Oh.
and then he's like, just see shit. It's like, well, you could. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not necessary.
I don't
That's
know.
how I
Go
would change
do the Dave Chappelle approach and just take a Snickers out there and melt it a little bit.
Yeah,
dude.
It's so easy. You could have made anything look more real than that. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
It was like floating weird too. It was like,
Yeah.
meh.
And then of course, out of nowhere, it's just downpouring rain.
Right,
Like
that's- yeah,
that,
exactly.
Like
Change
I
that.
understand sometimes weather do be like that, but
Weather do
even
be.
then, there's a start to it. It doesn't just rain.
Exactly. There's got to be some way around that. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Helpful for people like us who want to
because
watch
of-
the movie again.
Because of those couple reasons, I give it a 9.8 out of 10.
Right.
So 9.8 Cabbage Patch Kids chucked across the fence.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it.
Rotten Tomatoes, last I checked, gives it an 86%.
Nice, dude.
86. Audience score, oddly enough, 81%.
Huh? What?
So I strongly disagree with a lot of the audience.
81%. I thought it was better than that.
I know. I thought it was at least like...
You gotta see the kind of movie you're watching, too. You're watching this movie, and it's doing it well. So that means it's very good.
Yeah. Now, I can also understand people's maybe this genre of film is a little overdone.
Well, that's probably why I have a lower rating than you.
Because then, again, you do have movies like Taken, Man on Fire. You've got all the James Bond films,
Yeah.
Like, oh, guy who's really good at shooting. I can
Jason
understand
Bourne, yeah.
seeing the audience score being lower. Yeah, the Bourne Identity and all that. So to that degree, I can understand maybe just people are exhausted of it or tired of it.
But it's different.
It is different.
And that's why I
but
like
it's
it so
still
much.
It's still just one man takes on the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like to a
but
degree.
you gotta know what kind of movie you're watching. It doesn't mean like just because you don't like the genre as much doesn't mean you can rate it lower.
But you got to realize people are stupid. People are stupid. I'm part of that. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying I'm above that.
I just said
I am stupid.
I think I just said I rated it lower because I don't like this kind of genre as much as you do. So
Yeah.
there we are. Here we are, everybody.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I don't like Synecdoche, New York, but
Right.
maybe it's because I'm stupid. I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, this movie is fantastic. If you have not seen it, I mean, it's been spoiled now, but you should still go see it. It's a lot of fun.
It was spoiled for me, and I still loved it.
Yeah, it's
great.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anything else?
Man, just I don't know. if you meet a man who just lost his wife and has a dog, leave that man alone.
Leave the man alone, guys.
Or just tell him to have a nice day.
Yeah.
Don't show up later and kill his dog and steal his car.
You know what? Say nice car. Good day.
Yeah. Maybe you do want to buy it off of him. Okay, fair enough. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
But if he says no, all right. Understandable.
hands
Have a
and-
nice
and
day.
be on your way.
Leave him alone.
Tell him he's handsome.
Tell him he's handsome and sorry, Mr. Reeves. I did not mean to upset you. And sorry.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will be back next week with John Wick 2.
John Wick 2.
Yep. So if you don't like the John Wick series or you don't want to hear anything about these movies, then I guess the next couple weeks are not going to be for you.
Yeah.
Aside from our quick takes.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for those.
We got one coming out on Monday.
But yeah, we're going to be going
we did come
through.
up with one
Yeah,
coming
we're going to be going through the next two John Wick movies as well. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen to that, my friends. And thanks for tuning in. You guys are wonderful. See you next week.
Yeah, let us know what you would rate this movie. Do you think it deserves the 81 audience score? Do you think it deserves the 86 Rotten Tomato score? Do you think it deserves a perfect 100 or perfect 10? I don't know. However you like to rate things.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? What were your gripes? What were your praises? Favorite scene, least favorite scene? You know, all that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Love you.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, it's John from Filmabuster. If you liked this episode, then like it. Weekly videos will be posted, so subscribe to stay updated.